All right.
Grab a glass of your best liquor and tune into Preezy Does It Live.
You know, because sometimes mistakes happen. So let me do that again like I know what I'm doing.
Grab a glass of your best liquor and tune into Preezy Does It Live.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Preezy.
Why are you pronouncing your P so hard?
Preezy Does It Live. The only podcast that matters in your ear holes. Welcome to the next episode of the Man Talk section of Preezy Does It. Eventually, we'll invite some girls. We did last week. We talked about getting a stripper pole in the corner,
Right.
and you know,
Can I talk?
is that the only way to bring ladies on the show, though?
No, we can't. No, that's not the only way to bring ladies on the show. But ladies that like to entertain and like to show us what the good Lord have gave them are definitely welcome, encouraged. But no, that's not. You know, ladies don't have to come like that if they don't like to, if they don't choose to.
That was a lot of words for just saying, bring your stripper shoes and work the pole.
I know. I'm trying to be politically correct. I'm not,
Oh man, that ain't this show. They know. For the ones that know, they know. We are not the politically correct show. If y'all too sensitive for that, there's a whole plethora of other shows you can watch. But since you're here, you're tuned in to Preezy Does It. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Catch us here, YouTube live every Sunday at 5 p.m. And also, we're not going to Facebook Live anymore. So it'll be YouTube Live on Tuesday.
YouTube Live.
At 7 p.m. That's with our co-host Tosh.
What's up, Tosh?
And we talk about some crazy stuff on that show. Tuesday is like, I don't know.
Yeah, bring your pen and pads.
That's a whole.
You will learn things. It's very informative.
You'll learn things even if you don't want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it'll be stuff that you like, oh, word? Okay.
Right.
But today, we are talking about some stuff.
What we got on the docket?
We got stuff.
Let me
First of
introduce
all-
myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they know who you are now.
Yeah, that's true, right?
But go ahead.
It may be some that don't.
For the people in the cheap seats.
Yeah, for the people way, way, way in the back that support us, thank you for supporting us. My name is Tashawn Guest, co-host here on Preezy Does It, the man version or man show here on YouTube
We'll figure
Live.
that out.
Yeah,
We'll
but
figure it out.
we'll get it together. But just want to say what's up to everybody and go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
Yeah, that's what's on the screen right now. So it just, oh man, this dude just got hit by a pitch.
Yes, we are watching a Dodger game.
Right.
What is the score?
It's 2-1 right now, Yankees. I don't know what inning it is right now, but it's pretty early pretty early in the game right now. It's the top of the fourth right now. We got Kershaw on the mound right now. So 2-1 Yankees.
All right. Well, let's get into this first thing here, and this is real topical. We'll get this on the show. We'll talk about it and probably never bring it up again.
You're listening to Preezy Does It Live.
We're talking about cheers. We're talking about this whole chicken sandwich, chicken war that's been going on for about a couple of weeks now. The whole Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes chicken
that chicken from Popeyes
sandwich. Now, let me ask you, bro, have you had one of the Popeyes infamous chicken sandwiches yet?
No, I have not. I tried twice to go get the infamous chicken sandwich, but both times me and my wife went, both times they were out.
Same. We went twice, and they have a thing on the door like, we out, we don't know when it's coming back.
Right.
Stop asking, go somewhere else. So we didn't get one. We figured we'll wait till all the hoopla is over with.
Exactly.
And try it then. But apparently it's a huge deal. Memes up the wazoo going back and forth. And whoever's running Chick-fil-A and Popeyes Twitters are savages.
Yes, they are.
They've been going in on each other. And it ain't even it's all disrespectful. There's, what I'm saying? It's real it's like me and you going back and forth.
Right.
Like legit comments.
Do you like Chick-fil-A's lemonade?
I love Chick-fil-A's lemonade. I will powder and snort Chick-fil-A's lemonade.
The same here. I heard that Popeyes told Chick-fil-A that they're coming for the lemonade next.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. So
and that's gonna be a challenge, man, because you ain't
lemonade.
messing with Chick-fil-A's lemonade.
No, or their sauces.
Or the sauces. The Chick-fil-A sauce, I would inject it straight into my veins.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Most definitely. I think they should legalize that next.
Yeah.
'Cause, I'm tired of going to the alleys and buying Chick-fil-A sauce just for that reason alone, just to snort, not to put on any meat or anything like that.
Slinging that Chick-fil-A sauce.
Right.
Got that 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Yeah, man. But this is crazy, man. At first, I thought like, wait a minute, when did they start selling this chicken sandwich, and how long have they had it? And then I saw that I believe that chicken sandwich has been selling for a year, but some type of social media thing then jumped off and
yeah, apparently it's been there for a minute. They figured it out, went did some social media shit, and it went viral.
Right.
And we jumped on it as we usually do, and I'm saying the royal we as black people,
right,
and made them famous, made the chicken sandwich famous.
It's funny that you say that, because the bubble that we live in, we are black men, right? So our families are black. Most of our friends are black that we deal with, right?
Yeah.
So I thought the same thing until somebody put on the internet that said, hey, we're not the only races that's standing in line for this chicken sandwich.
Right.
So, a lot of people have given a lot of examples of different Popeyes in the area that the lines are not all black.
Right.
It's just that we make the most noise when we do things. We stand out in everything that we do. So, of course, it seems like we are in the forefront because we are very colorful, loud people.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why. But I think everybody is in on this chicken craze. But I'm like you. I'm going to wait till it calms down because, first of all, I don't like long lines. Unless, if it's Raising Cane's, if it's In and Out, it's understandable because those lines are always ridiculously long. So, but Popeyes, I'm not used to Popeyes being long like that. So, therefore, I keep driving.
Yeah. We went. We was like, if we'll try it again. If they didn't have it, we're just gonna go somewhere else, and that's exactly what we did. So I don't know. I haven't seen this kind of hoopla over like restaurant wars. Remember when I think it was like the late 90s? Well, no, maybe mid 90s when Burger King and McDonald's was kind of going after it on like a burger. It was like the Whopper versus the Big Mac, and it was a real restaurant war kind of thing, and you ain't seen that since.
Right.
Really? Not like this.
Nah. And I think the Big Mac won that. Whoppers are cool, but come on, man, you're not beating 2 patties.
Right.
Special sauce. You're not beating that.
I don't eat none of that shit no more though. Do you still eat fast food?
A little bit. What I do eat, it will be like chicken products. And grab a sweet tea or something like that. But
yeah, I'll do Five Guys. I do In and Out.
Right.
And then other than that, it's like mom and pop places, like where they legit go grocery shopping to make their food. You know, what I mean?
Like Hawkins and Watts. Bring somebody with you because you need witnesses. But other than that, the burger is so good. It's so greasy. It will fall through your bread. But it is like what you're talking about.
Hey,
like
man.
what moms used to make.
That's free advertising. Hold up. They ain't paid yet.
Right.
But you done put it out there now. You said Hawkins and where?
In Watts.
All right, now.
Yeah.
A representative from Hawkins, hit us up.
Please.
We'll do advertisement from here via contract.
Right.
I'm just playing. But you gotta find those mom and pop places that got the good food, because if y'all over there fighting over these Popeyes chicken sandwiches, go make the homies rich. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put your dollars where it will matter. Right. Popeyes could care less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're gonna make their money anyway. And then I saw this one thing on the internet, what I thought was pretty funny. They said if you want to know the difference between Chick-fil-A's breast chicken sandwich and Popeyes breast chicken sandwich, imagine somebody named Sally Mae or somebody like that. I know that's a lady that takes everybody's money to
true
colleges and things like that, but her name is Sally Mae. She makes a chicken sandwich, but she cares about your cholesterol. But she hung around enough black people to know that this chicken needs flavor. right? So that's the Chick-fil-A sandwich. They said the Popeye sandwich is some lady named Bertha that works at a church. She don't give a damn about your cholesterol. She puts all the flavor into the chicken because she said...
And fried in butter.
Yeah, fried in butter and lard and all of that stuff because she said that the Lord has it anyways. Like, he will take care of you. So go ahead and eat that chicken sandwich, and after you eat it, you can pray, and you might dodge a heart attack.
True.
Maybe, so.
True.
So...
but in general, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A?
Well, honestly, I haven't had the Popeyes one yet, so I would have to say, let me try the Popeyes one, and then I can...
I wouldn't even... You know what? I'll take that back, because then there's a couple of ways you can ask Popeyes or Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A is apparently about to do bone-in chicken. Ooh. So we'll have to get a bucket of each for the show. Now, that's one... I don't care about doing the whole sandwich versus sandwich, but chicken versus chicken...
Right.
I'll do that review.
Yeah, because I can't share a sandwich. I'm not sharing my sandwich,
right,
but I will share a bucket. Like I will come in here with a bucket. I will share that with you. So
okay, for sure. Then when they release that, then we'll definitely do a comparison video on Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A when they do the bone-in chicken. I'm down with that for sure.
Right, and I'm very interested to see what Popeyes is gonna do with this lemonade. They put it out there. I love lemonade. So sometimes I like it when I go to fast food spots. If I'm driving, I'll just stop just to get something to drink. Like, I don't even get nothing to eat. I just want something to drink. So if they have a good lemonade, I would love to stop to get a big, large thing of lemonade, while I'm on the road. So that'd be cool, man.
Right. All right.
Yes.
Done.
You're listening to Preezy Does It Live.
I didn't know you was finished with your statement.
Oh, yeah.
Matrix 4. Matrix 4 is coming back. Now, let me tell you, Matrix 4 is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. Because it's all time.
Or just the movie itself or the whole franchise?
The whole franchise.
Okay.
My first movie of all time is Superman the movie.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
There it is right there. But we said last year, we used to be roommates. Mm-hmm. Working on music in the studio. Mm-hmm. The number one movie that was played pretty much every day while we were waiting to start working in the studio again was
The Matrix.
That's right. So just in case y'all don't understand, when we say we're fans of The Matrix, you had to be there.
Right.
The Matrix was literally on replay.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was also me and my wife's first date.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. First date. Me and Miniface. First date, went to see The Matrix in Century City. Hey. And yeah. So she don't want to see it though. She said we burnt her out on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we did kind of overkill that movie. But did you know that movie babysitted my son? My first son.
I do know. I was there.
Yeah, when we was in the studio and we wanted to lay some vocals, and it's like, hey, Lil T, here, take this juice box, go in there and watch Uncle Neo.
Matrix on mute.
And there's Uncle Morpheus and Auntie Trinity. Like, just sit back and watch the Matrix. And sometimes I will have to stop in the middle of the verse, go check on him, and he's shooing me out the room. Like, hey, like, are you done? I'm like, no. He's like, well, why are you here? My favorite part is on, and he shoots me out the room. So I'm like, oh wow, yeah, man. But
now here's my question about the Matrix 4.
Right?
How are they gonna make it happen? Because didn't Trinity die?
Yeah, but do you remember during the second Matrix when he walked into the room to meet the architect, and he had all those screens up there with all those different Neos and things like that? If you listen to their conversation, Neo was the 6th version of the Matrix, so there were more Neos out there. So I can see them going in that angle, but I started to read deeper and saw that Lawrence Fishburne may not be in it, and I said,
yeah, they're supposed to cast a younger Morpheus, so I'm assuming this particular one is going to be kind of a retro prequel, for lack of a better way to say it. So you'll have the older Neo and what's her name? What was her name?
Trinity.
But they're reminiscing on how it got to that point. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you'll cast the younger Morpheus to, and then of course they'll probably have to cast a younger Neo, a younger Trinity, and all this kind of stuff, and how it got to that point. So they're telling that story, like the older Trinity, and I don't know.
Right, because when I saw that, the first thing I said to myself was, wait a minute. I'm like you. Trinity died. Neo died. Morpheus lived. And then they're doing a reboot, or I don't know if this is a reboot or a continuation of the story. Like how you said, I don't know if it's a prequel or how they're going to tell the story, but I thought that was pretty strange. I'm saying, wait a minute, where's Morpheus? Because he's a huge part of the story.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I'm very interested to see how it's going to go down, how it's going to happen. I like the first and the second one. The third one, the Revolutions, I didn't too much care for that one. I did like the Animatrix. Like, I wish they would do more stories coming from that movie alone, but I'm very excited. The Matrix is one of my favorite movies. I think it spun a lot of movies that are out there right now using the technology that they introduced to the movie game. So I'm interested to see where they're going to go now, because not only is The Matrix a good movie franchise, the fact that they introduce new technology, I'm interested to see what technology are they going to introduce.
That was my thing. You know, that bullet time was mind blowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When Trinity came, I stood up. I was like, yeah. Now it's like technology has come so far. Right. How you going to blow our minds? Like we have so much in our phones.
She's gonna come out and slap.
You know, and 3D has been so overplayed now. You know, 3D is slowing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how you gonna blow our minds with some new shit to make it like the Matrix 4? Like I feel like Matrix 4 is about to become the Apple of franchises. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're gonna give you something new. It's just gonna be a little bit of the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah. Yeah. And so if that's the case, then you got to tell a hell of a story. Because you can't just give us the you know, the whatever you call it, you know, like
the same old same.
Yeah, you can't give us the same old same stuff.
You got who really cares about the story though?
I do.
You know, because we do, but a lot of Matrix fans you care about the story, but then it's also about the visuals,
right? Because that was the big talk more than the story itself. It was the bullet dodging. The slow motion and the jumping and things like that. So, yeah.
We'll see, though.
Yeah, we should see.
Either way, I'm there for it. I kind of feel like when I went to see the Batman versus Superman, like I'm not a Ben Affleck fan, but I went to see it anyway just because I'm a Superman fan. So no matter what it was like, no matter what the movie was like, I was going to go see it anyway.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, just real huge fans of it. You remember, matter of fact, that year that the second Matrix and the third Matrix that came out in the same year, we went to see it. Yeah, it was me, you. It was like a big gang of us that went like to the theaters to go watch that. I remember we barbecued that day. We had a couple of brews.
It was a whole day event.
Yeah, man.
To go watch Matrix, and we should do it again.
Yeah, as soon as the opening credits came on, we we cheering in this section. So that was awesome, man.
Keeping in line with the movie thing, Spider-Man is apparently in and out. He's doing double dutch, being in and out of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Apparently right now, I don't know if it's been updated just yet or as the recording of this show, but he's out of the Marvel Universe.
So the web slinger is gone.
Yeah.
So what happened? Okay, now, as far as I know that
Sony and Marvel
sold or lent Spider-Man to Sony.
Marvel licensed Spider-Man to Sony, right?
So Sony owns Spider-Man. So these last couple of Spider-Man movies are all the Spider-Man movies that we know of. It was a Marvel-Sony collaboration. Right. With Sony still having the rights overall. Right. So now they are
an impasse.
Yeah.
Contract, agreements, negotiations.
And so Sony heard something that they didn't like. Right. So they pulled Spider-Man out. Right. Now I ask you the question. Does that pull out all of Spider-Man's villains? Or is just Spider-Man?
I don't know.
I know they have Venom. I know they're doing the Venom Part 2. And Venom was good enough to stand on its own. It doesn't need Spider-Man.
But I don't think Venom was part of the MCU that they have going on right now.
But Venom is Sony's.
Yes.
Okay. But that's still a Marvel character. But
it's still a Marvel character, but it wasn't
part of this.
Part of Marvel's cinematic universe that they got going on right now. No.
Right.
Just Spider-Man.
I'm interested to see how this is gonna go because I don't think Sony can do this by themselves without
They're gonna
Marvel.
suck again. Spider-Man when Sony had full control over Spider-Man, they sucked. Right. And that's when Jamie Foxx was the villain. You know, it was bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when Spider-Man came back in connection with Marvel, that's when it got good. And then when they brought Tom Holland in, the Spider-Man we know today, it's awesome.
Yeah, I love that kid.
It's like, why would you mess that up?
Money. Because they see how much money is being generated. I never understood this.
Just let it be good.
Like something as big as Spider-Man. You're Sony, I'm Marvel. How about we just go 50-50, man?
Something.
We both billionaires.
Yeah.
Like, we both have the money. We both have the loot. We're going to look like children up here. No, Spider-Man belongs to me. I created him. Yeah, but you sold him my rights. Blah, 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 blah. And we're both millionaires and we're fighting. We both look like pigs up here fighting.
You know what line came to mind when I heard this was when Jay-Z was rapping about R. Kelly. You know how much tour money you just fucked up?
Right.
That's pretty much what it is. Like, we're good. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, man.
Just let's ride this out. Keep making whatever cheese we gonna make. Let the content be great.
Yeah. They finally got it right.
And then when we retire, we can just look back and be like, yo, we did that.
Have you seen the latest Spider-Man movie that came out?
Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's good.
I'm gonna wait for it to come out on video. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, but the thing
I was skeptical on Bubble Boy. What's his name? What's his name?
Who's that?
Southpaw guy. I always forget his name.
What has he played in?
The villain from Far From Home.
Oh, Jesus.
I always forget his name, but I was kind of skeptical on him being
was it Mysterio?
Mysterio. And when you see it though, he actually did a really good job. Like he didn't overplay it. He played it really good. His acting chops were pretty much on point to be that particular villain,
like Michael Keaton.
It worked.
Like Michael Keaton in the first one, right?
Yep.
That's the Vulture.
Exactly. I was kind of like, he's old, but he played it like he's a good actor. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? In my experience, all the older actors, they play good villains in these superhero movies. I remember Batman in 88.
Not always, because Kevin Spacey sucked in that Superman Returns.
But that whole movie sucked. That whole movie sucked ass. It was the only thing that made it good was just because it was a Superman movie. That was
right.
It. Outside of that, it was horrible. Wrong Superman, the wrong Lois, the wrong.
I didn't like
Lex
the Lois.
Luthor.
I like the Superman though. Brandon
I like the kid.
Ruth or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I like the little kid when you find out that he had powers.
Yeah.
Remember they were on that yacht and he opened the door for his mom to save his mom, whatever. So
yeah,
I remember that. But
where he pushed the piano.
Yeah, but. Batman in 88 or was it 89 with Michael Keaton with Jack Nicholson, he played the Joker. I thought he did an excellent job as an older
that's Jack
actor.
Nicholson.
Yeah. Jack.
Come on.
Yeah. And so when Michael Keaton came back around to play the Vulture in Spider-Man, I thought that was good. He did a real good job. Yeah, man. And then of course the guy who played Thanos.
I'm hoping that they don't mess this up. You know what I mean?
Sony will mess it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But I think they will. They'll mess it up.
They're in this whole new phase 4, and Disney Plus about to come out with all that Marvel stuff and everything like that. It's like, leave Spider-Man alone. Let him ride this wave and be involved with as much with the other characters as possible.
Now,
like, stop making Spider-Man the redhead stepchild.
Right.
Y'all always fucking with it.
Now, the Spider-Man, the Spideyverse that came out the last December.
The animated one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who was the lead person on that? Was it Sony or Marvel? Because whoever did it, they did an excellent job on that. I can watch. Now, that's another movie I can just put on and watch every day.
I don't know. I should have checked that.
Yeah, I love that movie. That movie is cool. I like the fact that they just touch on. They made a Spider-Man for every walk of life.
Right.
Like, no matter what you are, or what you represent, or what your gender is, they had a Spider-Man for you.
Yeah.
And I like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Stop messing with Spider-Man.
Right.
Leave Spider-Man alone. Spider-Man lives matter.
Oh, you see Superman right here. Superman right here will cross between the DC universe to the Marvel / Sony bullcrap.
Right.
And will set this shit straight.
Oh my God, leave him alone. Like you say, they finally got it right, and here y'all come messing with it.
just for a couple of extra more dollars to add to your already extravagant portfolio, trillionaires.
So bad.
Yeah, man, it sucks, man.
Yeah, well, we're rooting for you, Spidey.
You're listening to Preezy Does It Live.
All right, and this is one you can talk about, dude. Because I don't listen to this guy. You know, I've never really been a fan, but it's the whole Rick Ross's new album. You can take it from here.
All right, man. Came out a couple of weeks ago, I believe, on the early week of August. Rick Ross album. This is called Port of Miami 2. I listened to it a couple of times on first. I don't really like giving assessments on first listens. Depends on what mood I'm in or in things of that nature. But I listened to it a couple of times for a week. I sat with it. If you are a Rick Ross fan, and if you haven't heard this album yet, I'm going to tell you right now that you're not missing too much. And that's not coming from a person that doesn't like Rick Ross. I like Rick Ross. I enjoy him. But if you heard one Rick Ross album, you have heard them all. Great production, great lyrics. So I know that people are out there saying, well, where are you going with this? If it's good production and good lyrics. Well, the thing is, we as a human race, we get bored. You know, we get used to things. No matter if they're good, no matter if they're bad. You could be on the street with a lot of potholes and you can curse every day driving down that street. But after a while, guess what? You're not going to curse like the first day as you will on the third week.
Right.
Because you're used to it by now, right? Same thing with something good. You get something good the first time you taste it or listen to it or watch it. Oh, my God. I got to tell everybody. After a while, you know, they got to do more.
So who are the producers on this thing? Do you know?
I don't know, but I do know of one. It's the Justice League, because that's the one that he uses a lot. The other ones, because we're in the era now where we don't get to open the CD packages no more to see who the producers are.
Right,
so
credits.
I have to listen for tags sometimes, or sometimes I have to go dig deeper and go into the internet if I care that much about who the producers are, which nowadays, like I said, they give you tags, so I really don't look for producers anymore. But it's a good album. Like I said, it's nothing controversial on there. Maybach Music 6, which is like a running theme that he has had throughout his albums, like Maybach Music 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through 6. This one was supposed to be real good, which it is. It's just not great because of who they left off of it.
What do you mean?
Pusha T had a fire verse for that song, and the reason why it was left off because Lil Wayne is also on that song. If you know the history, Lil Wayne and Pusha have a little beef going on or whatever. Yeah. So I listened to the Pusha T verse that I don't think you can hear anymore because they took it off right away. Like I went to the internet quick and it was there for like maybe a day or two. I listened to it, and if you know lyrics, he is kind of throwing shots at Drake a little bit.
Right.
And I listened to an interview with Pusha T describing the reason why he put that verse out is because Drake has been dropping little sneak disses in his verses that he has been doing throughout the year. So Pusha is like, I'm not going to let this guy just get up here every chance he get and sub me. Right. So I'm going to get up here and I'm going to sub him. You know, because there wasn't no names being said, but you can tell who he was talking about.
Yeah.
And so Rick Ross, his whole idea of putting that song together was to start the conversation to end the beef between Young Money and Pusha T. But once he heard Pusha T's verse, he decided to leave Pusha T's verse off of that particular track because he didn't want to further the beef or anything like that. He just want to start the conversation so they can talk and end it, because in his words, there's too much money is out there for everybody to make. This beef should be dead by now. It's over. Nobody cares anymore, you know. So
now, how would you rate this album? You heard the whole thing? I
heard the whole thing, and I would say on a scale of 10 because the content is the same. It's drug boy music.
Right.
I don't hear him evolving, you know, like growing.
Both.
Like when I listen to that album, I say to myself, okay, you introduced yourself in 2006 as the biggest boss, you know, drug dealer, whatever.
Yeah.
How long are you going to keep selling drugs, sir?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because after a while, I'm not going to believe you
anymore. Talk about your Wingstop restaurants.
Exactly. Like, you got to grow. So I would rate this album out of 10. Ah, man, this is hard.
If he talking about the same shit,
I have to give it a 5.
I was going to say a 3.
No, that's real low. Because 3 means,
like you say, if he's been doing this for this long and there's no growth in the lyrics, you ain't gonna rate, that pretty high. Like that's like,
yeah, I can see where you're going with that. I said 5. I probably would go down to 4 because I don't see myself revisiting this album a lot.
That's what I'm saying. It got to be low. Like, if you want to give it a listen just so you'll know what everybody's talking about, but that's about it.
Right. Because the albums that I revisit when I listen to Rick Ross, when I get into a Rick Ross mode, I go back and listen to like God Forgives, I Don't. I really like that album. It's some songs on there like with Dr. Dre, T.I., Andre 3000, some real good production on there. So I like going back to that album. But like this one here, it's nothing memorable on here. Matter of fact, I like the last one that he did before this one, which was called I'd Rather You Not Me. I like that album, more than this one. And how do you feel about rappers that like to call something a part 2 of something, especially if it's part 1 was great? Because it's hard to do a follow-up to something that was great. Like, can you imagine Snoop doing a Doggy Style part 2?
I mean, that never works out.
Never.
Ever. The only way to, make that happen is you record all that shit at the same time and just split it up.
Yeah.
And then it works like that. But when you do a part 1 and you come back and do a part 2, like Jay-Z did it. But with the Blueprint, what was it, 1, 2?
Yeah, Blueprint 1 and 2.
3.
But
right?
that was like a series though, like kind of it wasn't broken up.
But I think Jay is an exception to the rule because even though it was a Blueprint 1, 2, whatever in the series, you could see the growth in it. You know what I mean? It didn't sound exactly the same, so it wasn't dated. Like Blueprint 3 didn't sound like 1.
Not at all.
Even though, because it was years apart and it shouldn't sound like the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
He adjusted his blueprint, quote unquote, as he grew. So even though you saw the growth and that's why it worked. So he's an exception to the rule. But this thing, Rick Ross, like if you say there's no growth in it, he's literally talking about the exact same thing.
Still moving keys.
Then, and he's not. And if he is, it ain't him. You know what I'm saying? Or
but
whatever.
Like, even in this character that he has created, the thing is the character has to grow. Like,
right.
This character has not grew in this story. It's still the same character from 2006. It's still
if you are moving keys like
boss.
that, then why you not a Don by now? Like, why you ain't the big wig, just floating on your boat somewhere and you got your cronies doing whatever. But anyway, if there's no growth and you're going to call it a part 2, that makes it even worse.
Yes.
So I ain't even heard the album. I'm a rated 3. I guess I'll give it a listen just to make sure I'm giving, my 3 is accurate and I'll let you know. But going off of what you say about it, I'm pretty sure I'm spot on.
Yeah,
I can't see it going any higher than that.
Yeah, I don't really have an argument to go against that because you are correct in the sense that I'm looking at it like, will I go back to visit this? And it's kind of like, maybe not.
Right.
Because there's so much music out there now. Like,
let's talk about the flip side of that. The good music, Rhapsody's album.
I have not heard that yet.
Oh my God.
I will listen to that tonight on the way back home. I will listen to that.
Rhapsody's album lyrically is phenomenal. And I use that word very carefully because most rappers today are not phenomenal. But I'm using it in reference to other rappers. You know what I'm saying? So she's phenomenal out of everything that's going on.
I liked
you
her.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I liked her last album. I really did like it a lot. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Here's the thing, though. It's almost too positive for its own good. So it's a long album. So by the time you get to track 7, you're like, okay, I need some dumbness. Like I need to dumb it down a little bit.
Let me play some Future right now.
Yeah. You got to take like a palate cleanser almost. You know what I mean? So it's so, but it's good though. Mm-hmm. It's good. And she has like all the track names or female names. So female empowerment names. And that's the whole thing. She's real big in the female empowerment and uplifting and all that kind of stuff.
And that's great given all the female rappers that they present to us.
Right.
All of these, and I know JD caught flack for calling all of these rappers, female rappers, stripper rappers.
Well, most of them are.
Yeah, because when you look at the image and look at what they're talking about, it's like,
I don't see why he caught flack for that.
Okay.
That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
She stepped outside the box. She has like J. Cole on the album, Queen Latifah on the album, which I thought was huge. And Queen Latifah's rapping. She's not singing. Straight flows.
I like rapping Queen Latifah.
Same. She got flows. She got like the bars never left. And you talk about growth, it's legit. She sounds 100% the vet that she is. You know what I mean?
I just called Queen Latifah the GOAT of female rappers the other day.
I
sat down and thought about it because usually it's always Foxy Brown, Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Little Kim.
Nope.
When I sat down and really, really thought about it, it was like MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Missy, Lauryn Hill. If it wasn't just for that one album, if Lauryn Hill would have put out at least 3 albums, then they did not have to be as good as the first one. But if they were like close,
but you got to put Lauryn on the list with Biggie, because Biggie only had 2 albums.
Yeah, that's why I would say Lauryn had the greatest album out of all females, but she's not the greatest rapper to me because she only put out like 1 project.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like Queen Latifah, when I say that she's the greatest female MC, that includes music, production, that includes her TV, her movies, her talk show. Everything that she has touched has turned to gold. Like, I didn't know how many her production company, like how many like TV shows that they produce, like Flavor Unit. Like Flavor Unit did a lot. You know, like for urban like entertainment and things like that.
Yeah,
and
she put in that work.
Yeah, man, she's like the female Will Smith. You know,
Rhapsody's album though is legit. I'll give it to her, and I'm glad that it's going viral. You know what I mean? And a lot of people talking about it. She even got a track. We was talking about Battle Cat. She has a track from Battle Cat on there.
Right.
It's mixed good. Like, it sounds good. It's sonically good. It's clean. It's clear. Her rapping skills up to par. She ain't got that stripper image that everybody talking about.
Now, do you want to talk about this? Look at the titles of these songs.
Whoopi is my favorite.
Yeah, but these are all names.
That's what I said. It's all female names.
Yeah, and that's pretty dope. Nina, Cleo, Aaliyah, Oprah, Whoopi, Serena, Tyra. The list goes on. Like, yeah,
it's good. Great, it's a good album. I mean, I don't want to play it just for copyright purposes, but it's a good album. I loved it. But like I say, you will definitely need a palate cleanser every now and then. But it's definitely worth the listen, if not a few listens. And when you do, start with Whoopi.
Whoopi? Okay.
Yep.
I'll start there.
Because you'll swear Whoopi is the song that Missy should have put on her album. Okay. Speaking of Missy, Missy's album sucked. Yes, I said it.
I heard a lot of people talk about that album and they said it sucked. I listened to 2 songs and I couldn't get past the 2. So I just left it as is. I said,
and it's only 2 songs on the motherfucker. So you know what I'm saying? It was bad. She, being the veteran that she is, conformed to what everybody's doing now instead of being what she is. You know what I mean?
A trendsetter.
Yes. And they said like she recorded this and put out this EP to coincide with her receiving the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. So why not put out some music that got you to the point that you're receiving that award? Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Put out something that made you Missy.
Yes.
Not something else. Like, not this new
trying to see that's
fuck that. You gonna put out some music to coincide with you receiving this Lifetime Achievement Award. Put out something that got you to that point.
Right. I never understood why artists, they change the formula of how they make music. Like when they were young, they're hungry. They have a I don't give a fuck attitude. I'm gonna put out what feels good. I'm gonna put out what I like. When they get older and they, took some time off because of life, things happen.
Yeah.
Then they try to get back in the game and they say things. They don't say things like that anymore. They try to fit in and try to see what is the new wave. And it's like, no, do what you feel. Do like you shouldn't care what nobody else thinks or whatever. Have that same attitude, like F what everybody else is on. Yep. This is what I'm on, and see if it works. Put it out there, see if it works or whatever. Because this doesn't work. It never works. It never works when an older artist try to do a young person's song. It's awkward. It doesn't feel right. You don't sound right talking the same way that you talked 20 years ago. Like if you were chasing girls and drinking and doing a whole lot of things 20 years ago, 20 years later, it don't sound as good. Like you look like the old creepy guy in the club or the old cougar that's in the club. Like, it's not cool, man.
Have you heard MC Hammer's new song?
I haven't, and I don't want to.
No, you do want to.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Go to his Instagram, and you'll hear it. He performed it. It's actually pretty good. Oh, he stayed true to Hammer though, and that was my point for bringing that up. New music, but it sounds like Hammer.
That's good. As long as it sounds like him.
But you do want to hear it. It's actually pretty dope.
Okay.
Because he put out some other shit that was like, nah. But that one is actually pretty. I think he was trying to find himself because it was right when he got back on social media and was trying to put out something to get some feelers. Yeah. And everybody was like, nah. So he got on some new music. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's Hammer. That's what we expect.
Yeah, that was like back in the day when I first heard that he signed with Death Row. Now, to the people out there, I know Hammer's roots is from the Bay. I know he's with the gangster shit. I know that.
Right.
But he doesn't mean that he did not look awkward with Death Row. Like, right. He looked awkward. You can't be going from This Is Why We Pray, singing that song, and then you hanging with Snoop. Right. Like, that don't look right to me at that time. You know what I'm saying? At that time, hanging with Pac and Snoop and the whole Death Row camp, and you just came from this old sugary pop image, you know, selling cereal. You had a cartoon out there and Hammer pants, and now you wearing khakis and do-rags.
When he dropped the MC and was just Hammer.
Yeah, just Hammer. Like I said, just to let everybody know, because I know there's somebody out there that's going to say, hey, man, but Hammer was really with that gangster shit. You should have seen where he from. Okay. I see that, but his image wasn't like that.
Yeah, his entertainment professional image was not that.
No, not at all.
He tried it, though.
Right.
Can't knock him for that. He tried it.
Before we move on, since we're on this music thing, I haven't listened to it yet, but just to let you know, I just want to put it out there. Raphael Sadiq also has a new album that's out there. Snoop has a new album that's out there. I
heard Snoop album was whack, though.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty good. I liked it. Upon first listening of Snoop's album, I wasn't really feeling it too much, but then I went back and started listening. And I don't know about you, but I know for me, usually...
Is this it right here? Is Jimmy Lee?
Yeah, that's Raphael Sadiq's. Yeah,
right,
so I want to listen to that. I saw an interview on the Breakfast Club when he was talking about that. And also, same place, I saw Snoop do an interview. So that made me go back and listen to it again because of who he said mixed the album and who is Battle Cat. And Battle Cat, if anybody knows Battle Cat out here on the West Coast, you know he's good for heavy bass lines, and he mixes very, very well. So if you listen to the Eastsiders album, that was Snoop's group after he left Death Row and No Limit. He put out the Eastsiders with Trey D and Goldie Loc. Battle Cat mixed that album. So that's the reason why that album sounds good. It's a platinum selling album, by the way. So he touched this album of Snoop's called I Want to Thank Me. That's the name of the album. And it sounds good, like the bass lines and things like that. Now, I don't know if it's the Dre beats that make it sound good, because sometimes Dre beats can fool you. You can listen to a song in Dre beats, you're like, oh man, this is knocking.
Yeah.
Listen to it on some other speakers and it doesn't sound as good, you know. So I don't know if it's that effect, but I like it. It's one of the Snoop's better albums that I've heard in a while. So
really?
Yeah, man.
Because you're the first person I heard say that.
Yeah.
Everybody else would be like, no, it's garbage, hot trash. You
got to sit back and listen to it like barbecue or something like that. Like barbecue, throw it on, just listen to it. It's good. I like it.
All right.
I like it.
I'm going to give it a listen and see what's up. I still got to listen to Ricky Rose, but that's going to be when I absolutely have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, Missy. Sorry, Missy.
Was Timberland involved?
Missed it on. Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Man, Tim.
That's what I'm saying. The beats suck. Her flow sucked. She only had that one song where she's singing that truly sounded like vintage her.
Guess who didn't make the Snoop album?
Who?
Pharrell.
Huh.
And Snoop said it. He said that Pharrell was busy doing other things. And,
well, yeah. All right.
The day that Snoop turned his album in was the day that Pharrell called him and said, hey, I got that thing for you. And Snoop said, it's too late, Pharrell. I already turned my album in. And you know when you do pre-orders on albums, the names of the albums is already there. So you can't change it. Because when you do pre-sales, whatever that person buy, that's what that person is supposed to get.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Pharrell missed it. And he said it was a heater. And
I think they need to just go ahead and do an EP.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, just put that shit out anyway.
Right.
All right, moving on.
You're listening to Preezy Does It Live.
So this one is for all the gamers out there. I'm not really big on gaming. I do game. I think my favorite game is Mortal Kombat X. That's where I'm on right now. But any kind of fighting game, I'm with it. I've never been one to play like Grand Theft Auto or what's the other
Call of Duty
shooting shit? Yeah, the Call of Duty. I think I played Call of Duty twice.
Black Ops.
Yeah,
I love those type of games.
I ain't got time for that. I do have a console, but you know, there's like 3 consoles in here, but I don't play them.
Do you do any online gaming?
Tetris.
You play that online against other people? Mm-hmm. Wow, I didn't know there was a community for Tetris to play like that.
Yeah, wow. I forget what it's exactly called, but you can go and log on and play.
Yeah, the games that I play right now is 2K19, and I play Black Ops 4 a lot. Those are the only 2 games that I play.
Okay.
I tried to get into Fortnite, but I suck. So
I can do the Fortnite dances though. Whoop whoop.
I can't even do that. So I suck.
But speaking of games, you can speak on this. You got the Madden 20.
Yeah.
And you got NBA 2K20. Now I've played 2Ks. I'm down with the NBA 2Ks. I'm not a pro, so don't challenge me. But I will play for fun. Okay? And I don't mind losing. I'm not a sore loser, especially if it's something that's not making me money.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So if you want to wait, look, this right here, this is my gaming controller right here. This Push 2 that's making me money. That's my controller.
Yeah.
But I am familiar with the 2K. So what's the whole hype behind NBA 2K20?
Well, in this one, it's not that much of a difference from the games, the previous games from previous years, but it's basically a roster update. That's all it is. The only way you're going to get that roster update, you have to buy the new game. So anyway, for that, the ones that play out there, just like years past, you're able to do a My Player. So you have to download the app onto your phone. Once you download the app to your phone, you're able to scan your face. So you have to hold the phone up. You got to turn your head to the right, turn your head to the left until it scans your whole face. Then from there, if you have your console connected to your phone and to the app, the information automatically transfers.
Okay.
So once it transfers to the console, now you're able to fix your hair,
right,
and things like that. And
so you still can do the whole career thing and all that kind of stuff.
All that.
Now I did hear one update about the NBA 2K that they brought the WNBA finally to the game.
Yes, they did do that. Yes, they did do that, and I think that's pretty cool too. Because
that is awesome.
Yeah, because if you have daughters out there that loves basketball, and it's a lot of women. I don't want to say the word females. I don't like saying that. A lot of women, little girls that love basketball, love sports. Now they get to see themselves on the screen, which is awesome. Because I have nieces in my family, and who knows, man, they might want to play basketball. They want to see themselves on the screen while they playing basketball, and I think it's pretty cool.
The only female player I know is Candace Parker.
Yeah,
but like you say, it's still dope.
Yeah.
So if you go to WNBA games and you know her, now you can go home and play with her likeness on NBA 2K.
Exactly. So I think that's cool, man. And it's long overdue. They should have done it as soon as they had a WNBA. I mean, what does it hurt to add an extra 50 gigabytes to the game and add the WNBA? I don't know why it took this long. Honestly, you know, it's a shame, but I'm happy it's here now. So
finally,
yeah, man. So it has that feature now. The game comes out on the 6th of September, so that's pretty soon. When it comes out, I will get it. They have different versions. They have the Legend version, which is like $100, and then they have the regular version that's like $59.99 and things like that. So they have a collector's version, I think, also.
Right.
And that's gonna be pretty. That's gonna be much more, like maybe $120, $130.
Now, what's the whole hoopla with the new Madden?
Now, the new Madden, I haven't played that one as of yet. So I don't know if there's any new features or anything on there other than a roster update, which is most of these games are, because they don't change too much from like say whenever the PS4 and the Xbox One, whenever it came out, that technology a couple of years ago,
right?
No matter how many versions of the same game that you get after that, you're not going to see a big jump in the technology. You know, you may get a little bit of this here, a little bit of that there, but as graphics go, it's pretty much the same. We're not going to see too much of a difference until they go to like the PS5 and whatever Xbox is going to name.
So then the next update is just player information, player shit,
attributes
like that.
And things like that, and new songs that they added to the soundtrack. You know, one thing about the 2K, I believe, It's either 2K or the Madden, but I want to say the 2K20. That for producers, you are able to submit a beat.
Oh, dope.
If they like it, your beat makes it onto the soundtrack. And I think they're going to update it throughout the year. So I believe it's until the end of this year that you're able to submit a beat. And I think you can submit as many as you want. I'm
going to submit my happy ass off. I didn't even know that. Now I might have to start playing 2K20.
Yeah, I have to look into it. But yeah, once they pick you, you get royalties. So whatever the game sells, you get a percentage or whatever. So you know how that works. Of course, you own many video games.
I'm gonna have to get into
humble
that.
brag.
Humble brag. But well, thanks.
Yeah, but yeah, you know how that works. But yeah, so there's that. They have that. But other than that, I'm just excited to play because I'm a Lakers fan, as we all know, and I was excited to see Boogie Cousins in the middle, which he'll still be there. He won't be injured on the game. He'll still be there. So. But then we have also Dwight Howard. He will also be on the game coming off the bench. So.
I don't even want to talk about that. We'll get to that when the season starts because that's still hurting my nuts, man. That shit, you know what I'm saying? Dwight Howard going to the Lakers. But we're going to bring top fives to the show, and I say that because I want to start with your top 5 all-time video games.
Ooh, and it's good that you said that because it's fresh on my mind. I just seen something out
Let's
there.
hear it.
And see, I'm old school.
And I know I know it's a few of you guys watching right now on the YouTube live. Go ahead and put in the comments your top 5 all-time video games if you're a gamer. Okay, top 5 all time. All time. It don't have to be new. It could be fucking Qbert or some shit like that. Top
Centipede.
5, Centipede, Donkey Kong, it could be whatever. Top 5 all-time video games. Tashawn, go. What is it?
All right. Now,
starting from 5.
I have to go in order? I'm about to say no order.
Because we want to hear your top number 1. Like, what's your number 1 go-to? So you can do 1 through 4, not in any particular order, and then save your number 1 for last.
That's great because I do have a number 1.
Okay, so no particular order, 1 through 4.
Exactly. Okay. Oh man, this is good. You know what? I may have to go all old school with mine because I enjoy all the games that I play now, but none makes me go to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Preeze, you need to play this one."
Okay.
So I would have to go old school. If I had to say, "Hey, Preeze, you need to play this one," it would be an old school game. So I would say no order. Contra, number 1.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
I love Contra. From Contra, yeesh. Metroid, man. I love Metroid. That's like the only reason why I love Metroid so much because I'm very anal about any game I start, I have to finish. Metroid was one of those games that I never got a chance to beat. I never got a chance to finish. That is still on my bucket list.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's still on my imaginary bucket list.
Okay.
I always say I never have one, but if I did, that would be like near the top.
All right.
I have to beat Metroid. So Metroid is there. So where I'm at now, number 3? Because it's 4, yeah. So I'm at number 3 right now. I probably would say Double Dribble.
Okay.
And number 4, Tecmo Bowl. I love Tecmo Bowl, man. I could play that like now, like right now. Like I would literally stop this show and be like, "Preeze, you got it. I'm gonna go sit in your living room and I'm gonna play Tecmo Bowl."
And number 1, this is all-time number 1 favorite game that you would just cancel plans for.
007 GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64.
Really?
Yes.
I did not see that coming.
Oh yes, I will play that. I skipped college to play that game.
Wow.
I used to go to Santa Monica College for a semester many moons ago. I probably went 2 weeks, and the rest of the semester I was learning who Oddjob was, Jaws, Alex Trevelyan, 007, and I played GoldenEye. Like that was the game.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. So I got Contra.
Yep.
I got Metroid.
Yep.
I got Double Dribble.
Yep.
Tecmo Bowl.
Yep.
GoldenEye, 007, James Bond. James Bond, shaking not stirred, bitch.
From 5 to number 1, and this is I'm not a gamer like that. Hey, stuff is on fire.
Yeah, I see.
Number 5 would have to be Donkey Kong.
Now, is that the arcade Donkey Kong? Like
either the arcade or the original or Atari version.
Okay.
Donkey Kong. Number 4 will probably have to be Centipede.
Centipede is good. I like Centipede.
Number 3 would be Pac-Man.
Oh, Pac-Man is like all time. That's like the bar. Like Pac-Man and Mario is like the bar.
And I have that. I have the Pac-Man Battle Royale. We play that here at the house. You can play 4 people and battle each other.
Okay.
So we play that all the time. So Pac-Man. Number 2 would be Sonic.
I like Sonic. Knock the rings out of Sonic.
Yep.
All his money just flies out.
Yep. So now that I just bought the newest one. So we have that. And number 1 is Tetris. Now, can I do a 1 and 1A? 1A and 1B?
Hey man, show.
Because I would have to say Tetris because I've always just been, even in just life, I've always been methodical with stuff.
Right.
And putting things in place. You know what I mean?
Right.
And even my son, like whenever I'm packing up DJ equipment or whatever in the car, he even goes and starts singing the theme to Tetris while I'm putting shit together because they don't know how I figure out how to put stuff in there and it fit or whatever.
Hey,
so,
before you go on, you remember my Altima? I had a 96 Altima.
Yes.
I don't know how the hell you got big ass speakers.
It was dual 15 speakers
into the car
with turntables, with records.
And crates of records. Not 2 or 3 crates. I say crates of records.
Yep.
Into a small 1996 Nissan Altima, man.
Yep. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah,
so
you're good at Tetris.
1A and 1B, it'll be Tetris and it'll be Mortal Kombat. Any Mortal Kombat.
I love Mortal Kombat.
From beginning to now, any Mortal Kombat, I love it.
Right. Yeah, man. I have to go old school because those are like my fondest memories when it comes to like video games. Like,
definitely. You see where mine came from. Mine were at original Atari.
Yeah.
Which I still have.
Yours was before Nintendo. Like
yeah.
It's before Like, cause I love Miss Pac-Man. I love Frogger. I love even pinball machines. Like pinball machines remind me of like going to the movie theater. You remember going to the movie theater back in the day? They had the pinball machine. Like that's when going to the movies was something.
Now what we'll do a show. There's a studio down in Claremont that I go to work at, and they downstairs they have a arcade.
Oh,
it's full blown arcade.
Okay.
So we'll do a show from over there. Yeah. So that's the top 5. Here's one more though before we get out of here. Top 5. And this has nothing to do with video games or anything like that, but it's on our list. It's top 5 all-time sneakers. And we brought that up because I work for a sneaker company, so why not?
Man, this is I hope all of them are not from the same company or the same brand. I know because I'm trying to think right now.
Okay, I'll start.
Yeah. Start. I'm still thinking.
Top 5 all-time sneakers. 5 will be Air Max 95s.
Good choice.
I have several pair. Wear them all the time. Boom. Next would have to be, I would say the new Kobe Protro 1.
Wow.
And those are super comfortable shoes. Super, super comfortable. They're a little bit heavy, but the cushion in them is super soft.
See, you would have to know your sneakers to know that because, see, that's an answer that I would not expect from anyone to say, like, oh, the Kobe's. I've never heard nobody say Kobe's in, any top 5 or top 10 sneaker list.
Number 3 will be the new anything with Nike React because I'm all about comfort.
Right.
So anything with the Nike React, the Presto React, 97 React, 95 React, whatever. React. And I know that's just the cushioning, but I'm putting that in there because it's a shoe. Like my everyday shoe now is the Presto React, and I love it. It feels like a sock and a slipper rolled into one.
Oh, okay.
Number 2 would be the Air Jordan 1. Any color, don't matter. Air Jordan 1.
I have a pair of those.
And my number 1 all time, or as they say the grail, is the Air Jordan 3 white cement. I don't have an Air Jordan 3 white cement, and I never have. That's why it's my grail, and I have yet to obtain it. However, I do have other Air Jordan 3s, and that style of shoe is my all-time favorite. Like, I love wearing it with shorts, jeans, sweats. I'll put on a fucking suit. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. I will put on some 3s with whatever.
Right.
So that's my number one shoe is the Air Jordan 3.
All right.
That's silhouette.
My top 5. I want to say again, maybe 1 through 4. 5 through 2 will be any order. Number 1 would be number 1.
You see in the comments, we got. You want me to say those real quick?
Yeah.
Jamie, do you want to say her relation to you?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Jamie Woods, or Jamie Guest. That's this guy's significant other. She's in the comments on YouTube Live. Her top sneakers are Jordan 7s, Air Max 90s, Jordan 6, which is boo, Adidas Boost, which I love that one. Booster is super comfortable, but you need to try React, and it will change your life. And a Jordan 5. That's interesting.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, babe? Hey, I have to.
This ain't a relationship show.
But I have to. If I don't, it's gonna be trouble for me all week. You don't want me to come back up in here next Sunday,
yeah, black eyed out.
From the Half Man show. This is the whole man. This is the Half Man over here.
Nah.
But yeah, I knew her choices would be a lot of Jordans.
Yeah.
In her choices up there. But for me,
yeah.
I would probably say number 5 will probably be. You already said what, Air Max 90.
You're not going off my list.
No. But I'm trying to remember what you said.
Air Max 95s.
Because the 95s are awesome.
The 95s are awesome. They're
so
classic.
I will have to say the same as me. I like the Air Max 95s. So I like the Air Max 95s.
And even the 90s.
I'm going to have to go off the Nike train real quick because Nike is like the holy grail of sneaker shoes, right?
True.
I would have to say the Reebok Classic, man. The Reebok Classic was my go-to back in the day. Like, I didn't have a lot of money. My mom wouldn't buy me Jordans and things like that. I wasn't fancy like that. So I would have to get things that were kind of like still kind of cool where people wouldn't talk about me and things like that. So
yeah,
the Reebok Classics was the one. All white. I used to call them cocaine whites.
Did you ever get a pair?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I would get like 2 pair a year.
Okay.
Because after you wear it for a while and they get yellow or get stained, you have to get a new pair.
Okay, do your list because I got a follow-up question.
Okay. Number 3 will be shell toes. Love shell toes. Haven't had shell toes in years, but once again, another one of my go-to shoes.
I just got a fresh pair in there.
Okay, so we got Air Maxes, we got Classics, and now we got shell toes.
Yep.
The next one after that will be the 6s, the Jordan 6s. Almost any color. I just like the way they look, just the tongue. I like the way they look.
So the silhouette.
The silhouette of it. And number 1 is the Concords, the Jordan 11s. I love the patent leather.
The 11s.
Yeah, the 11s. Those are like my absolute favorite shoes. If there was no other shoe to wear on earth, I would wear those for the rest of my life.
Did you ever get a pair?
I had 1 pair, and they were the all white with the icy blue bottoms. And that was years ago. But that was the only pair I ever had.
I've never had a pair of 11s. But
yeah, and the icy blue bottom turned green on me.
Here's my follow-up before we get out. What's the one shoe that you fiend over and never got?
Well, I didn't get this colorway.
You're going to be surprised at mine.
I didn't get this colorway that I really wanted, and it's the Jordan 11s, and I wanted the Space Jams. Like all black with the, patent leather black. The shoe was black itself. I wanted those shoes, and I don't know if I would ever get them.
As a kid, well, I've already made mention that the Jordan 3 white cement is still, my girl. I never had it, so I'm not mentioning that one. But just a regular shoe that I've always wanted and never got a pair of is the original OG K-Swiss.
Oh my God, you never had K-Swiss?
Nope.
Man, those are like, those were like.
There was 2. I'll take that back. There was 2, but I actually got a pair of this one, and that was a pair of Chucks.
Oh, okay.
I just recently got a pair of Chucks. Miniface bought me a pair of Chucks a couple of years ago, and I only wore them once. Some black leather ones.
Like Will Smith?
Yeah.
In iRobot? So
yeah, exactly. So I got the black leather Chucks. Boom. But But K-Swiss, a pair of the original K-Swiss, I never got a pair of those. I always wanted a pair, especially back when they were, when it was the K-Swiss and the Cortez that everybody wanted, and I never got a pair of K-Swiss. I had a pair of Cortez though. I had some all white with the snakeskin swoosh.
Yeah, I love Cortezes. Right now, my son, we're shopping for Cortezes right now, and that shoe is a very, very, very comfortable shoe. The Cortez.
Oh, yeah.
If you never tried them on or ever had them, but I plan on getting me some too. I love shoes that feel like pillows because when you go to amusement parks and things like
Nike
that,
React, buddy.
You're there for for 12 hours. You need something nice on your feet. Like most people like to go and like, oh, I want to wear my Jordans. They want to wear their nice stuff. 4 hours into their trip, they're crying. Their feet is dying. They making fists inside their shoes, balled up. Throwing up all types of gang signs inside their shoes.
I'm trying to tell you, Nike React is the most comfortable cushion out there right now.
What about the Adidas though? There's a Adidas
Boost.
shoe, the Boost, yeah, because there's an Adidas that I have at the house. I think it's called Tublar, I think it's called.
If you're gonna stick with Adidas, you need to go Boost. If you're gonna go with Nike and you want comfort, you need Nike React. That's it. That's all there is to it. But I think, and that's having Boost and React.
Right.
It's React.
Have you ever tried on or have a pair of? Oh my God! It just left my. It's not Shocks. It's not Nike Shocks. It's the other one. Jay, put it in the comments. You know what I'm talking about.
Boing boings on it.
Not the Shocks. There's the Vapor Max. That's it.
Oh,
Vapor Max.
I've tried on Vapor Max. I don't have a pair, but those are supposed to be comfortable as well because you're just walking on full air. But I will still go to React.
Okay, because Vapor Max.
The Vapor Max are noisy shoes.
They are.
Like
I plan on getting
walk.
I
They're
plan on getting those by my birthday because my birthday is a couple
They're
of
cool.
months from now.
They're cool.
And,
people, recognize them. Be like, oh, Vapor, okay, you got the shits, but they're noisy and they just look weird to me.
Oh,
so I'll stick with the React.
Okay, well, I'll take your advice on that. Since you work for a sneaker company, and since you said you was gonna give me a discount, y'all all heard it here.
I don't work for a store.
Oh,
I work for a production company, man.
I was getting
I
all
work
excited.
for a store. There's a difference. All right, so that's our show for today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We talked about some stuff. I don't think we have a real big recap or takeaway other than Missy's album is whack.
Right.
Rick Ross' album is garbage.
Right.
I still got to listen to Snoop Dogg's album and see what it's about.
And Rhapsody.
And Rhapsody.
I'm listening to Rhapsody on the way home.
You need to peep out Rhapsody. It's definitely worth the listen. Catch us Tuesday with Tosh. We're going YouTube Live at 7 o'clock. You can catch us there. You can also find us on all your podcast platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your platforms going on, your podcasts going on, you can catch us there. All right. Until next time. Oh, and also find us on IG at preezeedoesit. You can find us smiling and taking pictures and being just randomly goofy as we normally do. We don't have this guy on there yet. You still got to pay some dues to get on the IG feed.
Got to get initiated.
Yeah,
we got to go through the little gauntlet.
We got to jump you in.
Yeah, you're gonna be at the front, and then Tasha's gonna be at the back. It's gonna be trash cans in the middle, and I'm just gonna just get thrown around until.
So you got to work your way up to being on the IG. You doing good though. You're doing good for your second show. You're doing real good.
Hey, thank you, man.
And,
I learned from the best, man.
Well, he ain't here. Who is that guy? I'm still learning. But check it out. Check us out Tuesday at 7, and we'll be back here, me and Sean, next Sunday at 5. Subscribe, YouTube, hit the little notification so you'll get the little bell thingy that pops up when we go on live. And until then, we'll see you next time, all right? I've totally messed up that ending, but whatever.
Oh my God, it's Mr. Preezy.